What the fuck is up, motherfuckers? Gonna do something pretty different this time around. Instead of doing a cover, I thought I'd actually do a review. Um, I've been listening to the new Motionless and White album, and so I thought, with all these bullshit fucking reviews talking trash on the album, that I'd make one from the point of view of somebody who's actually a fan of Motionless in White. And I don't have the actual hard copy. I've just been listening to it on YouTube. It's not my favorite album from them. I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you what my favorite album from them is, because I love all of their music. I've never really heard any of their songs that I didn't like, and the same goes for this album. Personally, though, I'd have to say my favorite song off of the album is either Eternally Yours or 570. Possibly even Loud, because Loud was a good track as well. But the whole album, the album as a whole, it's pretty fucking good. It's kind of what you would come to expect from Motionless at this point. They've got some metalcore vibes to it. Their song Rats, it reminds me a lot of Marilyn Manson. Like, I feel like they drew a lot of inspiration from Manson on that track. I'm not really fully digging on it, but I do like it. It is enjoyable. I enjoy listening to it. But I really just wanna make the note of Eternally Yours. I think it's a really, really good track. Definitely a really good way to end the album. Ending it on basically a love song, or what would pass as a Motionless in White love song. I dedicate that song to my girlfriend. I really do, because I am eternally hers, and I love her. I love you, baby. You are perfect. But I don't know. And the song 570, which Chris has actually come out and stated that it wasn't actually meant to be a song for the album, but that they actually put it on the album just because of the positive reviews that they got on it and how much people seem to really, really like that song. But being from Pennsylvania myself, 570 is a very meaningful song, because 570 is actually the area code for Scranton, Pennsylvania, where they're from. And it's fucking amazing. Queen for Queen's pretty good. I'm not even honestly sure what kind of a vibe I get from it. I don't even really get like a Motionless in White vibe from it, really. It does, to me, it's relatively heavy, but at the same time, it could be a lot heavier. Honestly, the heaviest song that I can think of really off of the album is probably Soft, which is ironic as fuck, because it's called Soft, and it's like the heaviest song on the album. Which is fine, it's kind of cool, listening to them and, hearing a somewhat softer side of them, which, every band needs that. And honestly, I'm probably just talking out my ass here, but I honestly think this is one of their better albums. Like I said, it's not my favorite. I really couldn't tell you which one is my favorite, because I'm not gonna pick, and I'm not even gonna like try to pick a favorite. if I had to, I'd probably go with Reincarnate, which was their last album before this album. But I don't know. I think, especially with Josh leaving, I think that's his name, Josh Balls, right? I don't know why. If it's not, I always want to call him that, and I feel like it's probably not his name. I always second guess myself. But I feel like with Josh leaving, that kind of took a toll. But at the same time, it's still nice to know that even with a member leaving, Motionless in White can still put out an album that that is just amazing. Chris has got just amazing vocals. I love his clean vocals. I love his screams. He's a phenomenal fucking person in general. Like, just really nice dude. I've met him twice. He's a really, really nice, down to earth kind of guy, got a sense of humor, which is something that you wouldn't really expect. You listen to their music and you're like, oh, these guys are pure evil. Why the fuck do you listen to that? And then you read the lyrics and you're like, oh, okay, they make music for people who are depressed, And then you actually meet them and it's fucking insane. I wish they were on Warped Tour this year, honestly. But they're not, which is fine because because Beartooth is going to be there. So it's like I really, really want to see Beartooth. Oh my god, I want to see Beartooth. And Never Shout Never, but I think Never Shout Never is only doing like the West Coast leg of it, which is bullshit. Like, really, Christopher Drew? Come on, man. Come on, dude. I've wanted to fucking see Never Shout Never live since I heard them when I was like 13 fucking years old. But yeah, I mean, it's a really, really good album. I would totally go through and just do a full-on breakdown of every track. But I just don't really feel like I have the time to do that right now. Maybe in the future, or maybe even with a different album review. I don't know. Depending on how well this video does, I'll either continue doing reviews or I will stop doing reviews. But that's really up to you guys. But you know, Motionless in White, it's nice to know that they're still out there, still kicking fucking ass after going into their 11th year as a band. Like, that's fucking insane, especially when most of these pop artists these days last for like 4, 5, maybe 6 years, and then they quit because they've got enough money and because, fuck their fans, because they're in it for the money, not for the fans. Whereas, bands like Motionless in White, like, like, even just watching like videos of them live and shit, and like the stuff that they do for their fans, and meeting them, it's like you can tell they give a fuck about you and about me and about all of their fans. And it's really nice, and I think that's one of the main reasons why this music will never die. I mean, of course, you got people out there like Ronnie Radke, who's complete and total fucking douchebag, but still makes amazing fucking music. Their new album is a really good album. I honestly have been listening to The Departure a lot lately. Past couple of days, that's one of the few songs that I've been listening to on repeat. But obviously, this album just came out yesterday. It came out Friday, the May 5th. So it's still, like, I'll probably end up doing some covers off of it. But it's just a really, really good album. I wish I had money because I would go buy it. But yeah, I mean, it's just nice to see a band coming from this shithole fucking state known as Pennsylvania. And yes, it's a shithole fucking state. This state is terrible and it fucking sucks. And it's nice to know that we have at least 2 really good fucking bands that come from here. We got Breaking Benjamin out of Fort Wilkes, or Wilkes-Barre, sorry. And we've got Motionless in White out of Scranton. And we don't need Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa's from North Dakota originally anyway, regardless of what he might fucking claim. Nigga, you ain't from Pittsburgh. Get over it. You from North Dakota. I've lived there. It's a terrible state, but it's not as bad as Pennsylvania. But, you know, I mean, it's just really cool to know that a Pennsylvania band is still kicking ass, still out here kicking ass. And, yeah, so the album's fucking amazing. The lyrics on the album they're amazing. The music itself is amazing. And Chris is actually sounding a lot better now than like ever before. Like you can tell the feel of the album is that they're closer together now as a band than they have been for the past 11 years. So yeah, if you haven't heard the album, I definitely recommend giving it a listen. It's insanity. It is insanity. It's amazing album. So yeah, that's my review. 27 thumbs up out of 2. So yeah. Mwah. More covers will be coming out soon, I promise. Thinking about doing a Hold Your Head cover by Biggie Smalls. And some other covers coming out as well soon. So yeah, look out for those and go pick up Graveyard Shift.